Hi, my name is Lauranne and welcome here in my personal tack room at Durondeau Dressage. It felt the most obvious to just start with the main part of the tack room, which is the part with my saddles, girths and also bridles. This tack room used to be a kitchen, and I love that you can kind of still tell because this was the fireplace and it still has its remains and its shape. Something very dear to me are these beautiful saddle holders in bronze. I inherited them from friends of my parents. They were their sons, and sadly their son passed away at only 19 years old. He's definitely still missed, but I'm so honored and grateful that I get to have them in my tack room now, and they could never be replaced. The next bit is the actual kitchen counter, which we changed quite a bit because we put a new worktop on top, and also the outsides of the cabinets have been renewed. We'll start here in the corner where we have our trusty microwave and also a soda stream. This is not sponsored, but we just like to make our own sparkling water. And in these cabinets, they're still quite empty, but we have the bottles right here for them. Then we go down below, and in this little cabinet right here we have sweaters and jackets and also the leads for the dogs. In the corner we have a really handy shelving system because it's quite an odd corner, but we can turn these plates right here, and on top of them we have the girths and some extra stirrups, and down below we have all kinds of aids for lunging and also the lunging ropes themselves, or just lunges. The next shelf also is for the dogs, because what is an equestrian without dogs? So in here we have treats, food, poopy bags can be important, and also the medication for our senior dog, Sam. Yeah, Charlie, that's where the treats are, you know it. Up here we have some trophies and my diploma, and in this cabinet also we have some trophies, and in the bag too, but I feel kind of awkward, so if anyone knows a nice way to shelve them without being a brat, let me know, but until further notice we'll leave them in here. Next is the sink, which I don't need to explain. And then in here we have extra towels for our hands, the dogs or the horses, they're old ones. In here are all extra ropes because they tend to break or get munched on. Down below we have spare halters, we have extra bridles, and we have this organized mess, which is spare reins and also spare nosebands and other parts of the bridles that tend to get broken quickly. The final drawer it's quite packed, but it has all kinds of first aid stuff like bandages, disinfectants, whatever we could need when both horse or person gets hurt. And then lastly, our fridge, because food is important. Onto probably one of my favorite parts, which is my bandages and also the saddle pads. These are just a couple, although I'd like to tell my dad that these are the only ones. But yeah, these are definitely my favorites. And a funny thing about this shelf, especially made for bandages, is that my ex-boyfriend made it for me when I was 16. Not everything lasts, but we still have good contact, and I'm very grateful for this shelf. It's still in use every day. Next to this is the shelves with all my tandem boots and bell boots. I tried to organize them by color, but they get used every day, so it tends to get messy, but I try to keep it clean. And yeah, that's what this part holds. Here in the island we have some more shelves filled with saddle pads. Down below we have the white ones for competitions, and then we gradually go up in colors. I try to keep them organized, but can also get messy. And then when we go to the side, we have some half pads. These we use following the advice of the saddle maker, of course, to make saddles more comfortable or fit better. In the middle, we have a bag that we like to use on competitions to take the stuff from the warming up, like the tendon boots or the brushes or fly spray, to the competition arena where those are no longer needed or allowed. And then on the top part, we have the white bandages to try and keep them nice and clean for when we need them. Last but not least, we get to the closet that holds my beautiful Uvex helmets, which have been so kindly sponsored by them. I'm super happy to have them as a sponsor because their helmets have great protection and they always look beautiful. Down below are my boots, and here I have my gloves. Also, mostly by Uvex. In my experience, they just last the longest. In these bags, I have my competition helmets. Again, I think the theme is pretty clear by now, but I like to keep them in their bags so they are protected from scratches or dirt. When we go in here, we have another organized mess. And here are my bits, not bits and pieces, but actual bits. My spurs, and this box holds my beautiful brow bands, chin protectors sponsored by iPosh. They make such nice custom pieces, and just the wools that can protect the horse's skin when they are sensitive. Below that are some old helmets that I barely ever use anymore. I should probably throw them out, but I've had them for a long time, so it's a bit sentimental. Then down below are my nephew's helmets and the leather care products, and at the very bottom are my competition boots and also my boyfriend's boots. The final cabinet is probably the ugliest one of them all, but this is where we keep all our shoes and boots for taking care of the horses, doing the stables and all that. And up above are the stable bandages. Finally, some whips, and that's where we enter the stable. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure having you here. Now I'm gonna give these dogs some well-deserved attention as they were quiet for so long. I hope to see you again next time. Bye!